Hey Aries, thanks for checking out your weekly forecast. This is going to be a reading for the Aries collective. We do have a full moon, the pink full moon, coming up here on April 5th/6th. So we're going to check in here and see how the current energies are affecting the Aries collective and see what messages are coming up for you all in the week ahead. Keep in mind this is a general reading. Therefore, not every single message will resonate, and that's okay. Take what does, leave what doesn't. If you would like a private reading, now's a good time. I am having a sale, but we'll talk about that at the end. Right now, let's go ahead and jump in and see what cards are coming up here for the Aries collective in the week ahead. First card coming up here for you all is the Two of Wands. Very appropriate. Very, very appropriate. Now, the full moon that we have is going to be a full moon in Libra. And so it's being opposed here by some Aries energy with the sun in Aries. And so what's going to end up happening is that we're going to be experiencing and connecting with a source of duality within ourselves about what we want and what we don't want. And so there could be some decisions that are coming to light. There could be some things that we're having to choose. We're having to make a choice. We're having to make a decision about a lot of things that we've been putting off. So anything you've been delaying making a choice about, anything you've been stalling or just saying, oh, I'm not going to think about that right now, you're going to find that a lot of this is coming to the forefront, and that you're going to be really trying to make a decision here about things that you've been procrastinating about, or just telling yourself, I don't want to think about it. So you might find that it's becoming more and more difficult to put these things out of your mind, or to just say, oh, well, I won't worry about it right now. So Two of Wands is very much a card about choices, decisions. Can also be a card about partnerships. And so you may be looking here about like what's supporting you, what's not supporting you. Aries, I feel like a lot of you are going to be in this thing of like what's fair. And when it comes to what's fair on a personal level, like you're looking at the exchange here. You're looking at like, what am I giving, what am I getting back, what have I done for this person, what have they done for me? And so you're looking at things here, and you're kind of maybe calculating, or maybe, I don't mean it in a negative way, but you may find yourself kind of keeping score here. And kind of looking at like what you've done, what you've put into things, and what you've gotten back. And you might even be looking over in your mind about your relationships, whether they're friendships, family relationships, romantic relationships, work situations, whatever they may be. And you may find that you're being reminded of all of the ways that you've showed up, all of the things that you've done, and now you're trying to think back and say, okay, well, what did I get out of it, or what was I receiving in exchange for that? And so I feel like you're really looking up at like the rate of exchange, like the energy you're putting out, what you're getting back in, and you're really kind of contemplating like, is this fair? Is this fair that I'm experiencing this? The next card coming up here for the Aries collective is the King of Swords. So remember how I said that in this energy, we're going to find that we're having to make a decision, and we're deciding what we want to do about things. King of Swords can come up when we are approaching a situation, or we're coming into negotiating. Now, I don't feel that you're feeling like you want to negotiate, but I do feel like you're wanting to address a situation. And I feel like you're coming into it very, very clear about what you intend the solution to be. You've already thought about it. You've already weighed the options. You've already seen like what is lacking, what needs to be done, what needs to be fixed, what needs to be repaired. And I feel like you're coming into a situation very, very clear about what you want to say and how you want to handle it, like how you want things to be fixed. So it's not necessarily where you're walking in with like a demand or an ultimatum, but you already have your intention set, and you're laying it all out. Like, here's the problem, here's the solution. And if the person is like no, or the situation is like no, I feel in this situation you're ready to just kind of like walk away, but not be emotional about it. like not be resentful, not be angry, just be like, okay, well then it's clear to me that I'm wasting my time here, so I'm not going to be sad about walking away from a situation that's a waste of time. So I feel like you're making a very logical decision, and you're not overly like emotionally attached to the outcome, because you're in this mindset of, okay, well, if they're not going to give me what I want, then why would I want to stick around anyway? So I feel there's like a sense of like fairness, or a sense of like I'm not going to cry over a situation where I'm not getting what I want, where I'm not getting what I need. I'm just going to go somewhere else, and I'm going to get it elsewhere. So I feel like you're coming into a situation very clear, very direct, very logical, very matter of fact. It is what it is. Are we on the same page? Yes or no? Let's not waste any time. This is the energy I feel like you're coming into situations this week. The next card coming up here for the Aries collective is the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is stability, security, okay? It is a card that we oftentimes associate with marriage, with get-togethers, with social events. And for me in readings, sometimes the Four of Wands comes up to say that we're going to find solutions or opportunities through networking, through our social circle. So some of you may be asking around, you may be reconnecting with people. Some of you have favors that you're owed. And something about these three cards coming in together give me a feeling, in a sense, that you're coming into a time where you are cashing in those favors. Like, hey, you owe me. Maybe you're not going to say it directly in those words, but I do feel like you're pulling on friends, colleagues, like connections you have in your network, to make things happen, to set up opportunities, meetings, interviews, things of this nature. I feel like you're kind of reaching out to people that maybe old coworkers, whatever the case, and you're just kind of looking into like, hey, remember that time I did this for you? I need a favor. I need something in return. So I do feel like, I don't want to say you're making demands, but I do feel like you're very bold. You know what you're entitled to, and you're going out for it. And whatever the case here is I feel like some of you are kind of like reminding people, hey, I did this for you. Now it's time that you do something for me, and this is what I need you to do for me. Like, you don't have any qualms whatsoever coming in the next couple of weeks. You don't have any qualms whatsoever about asking for help. But not only are you asking for help, you're being very clear, like, this is how you're going to help me. And not, can you help me? This is how you're going to help me. So I feel like you're being very direct and very, uh, uh, very direct, and just very, very clear about how it's going to be. Like, you're not giving people wiggle room. You're not giving people an opportunity to back out of it. It's kind of like, nope, no, this is what's gonna happen. This is what you're gonna do. So I feel like you're getting really clear here about how you're wanting to set up your foundation, how you're wanting to set up things moving forward. Kind of like getting settled in, feeling secure in your plan moving forward, and you're phoning in those favors. You're calling in those favors. The next card coming up here for the Aries collective is the Five of Wands. Five of Wands can be competing goals and competition. And so Five of Wands, when you are kind of like cashing in these favors or calling in these favors, don't be surprised if you experience or encounter certain people who might argue with you, or they might get offended, or they might say, well, that's not fair, or I can't help you, or I can't do what you're asking me to do. In that event, Aries, I feel like, again, you're not emotional about it. You're not having resentment about it. You're like, okay, fine. Well, then, don't come to me again. Don't come to me in the future when you need something. And so you may be walking away, or stepping away from anybody who is now like acting like they can't help or they can't step up. But Five of Wands also has a sense of like competitiveness with it. So I do feel, Aries, that some people are going to feel really threatened by you. The changes that you're going through, the power that you're coming in You can have people that are kind of feeling threatened or intimidated by this. I also feel, Aries, I hate to say this, I really hate to say this, and I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but this is something that some of you are going to really have to keep a heads up about. As you're going around calling in these favors, people are going to have an idea of what you're trying to do, like what you're trying to make happen. And I feel that in this, circle or in this group, there are going to be certain people that are going to, for whatever reason, they're going to get a hair up their behind. And they're going to feel like, what? Okay, that's what Aries is trying to do. I'm going to beat Aries to it. I'm going to do it first. For whatever reason, there are certain people that feel like they're going to compete with you about the situation. So say you're trying to get money put together for something, and maybe it's money that is owed to you. It's not even like a loan. Maybe you're going, hey, remember the time I let you borrow some money? I really need that back now. I can't wait anymore. Like, it could even be something that, like, you're entitled to. And so you might be saying, I need it for myself because I'm putting it into this business, right? I'm just giving an example. I'm going to start a cupcake business, and somebody's going to hear about that and be like, what? I make better cupcakes than Aries, or how hard can it be to make cupcakes? And that person's going to try to, like, hurry up and start and, like, get their thing going. So for whatever reason, I do feel like some of you are going to deal with people that are trying to beat you at what you're trying to do. I don't feel like they're going to be competition for you, Aries. Intuitively, I kind of feel like let them try. They can't do what you do. They can't be who you are. They can try, but it's, to me, I feel like it's futile. But if you would rather avoid that whole kind of situation, then I would just say don't give people too much details about what you're doing, because for whatever reason, there are certain people that are wanting to take on this challenge and try to beat you to whatever you're trying to do. You may want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign. Some weeks your moon sign or rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. There's a list in the description that will take you to the other videos so they're easier to find. Love readings are also linked in the description. If you would like to schedule a private reading with me, now could be a good time to do it. Through March 31st, I'm having a sale where the 30-minute video readings, which are typically $50, they're $25 through the 31st. So if you'd like to schedule, you can do that. There's also other readings. I have readings starting as low as $20, but all of it is linked in the description. So if you see a reading that looks good to you, go ahead and click on the link. It will take you to my scheduling page, calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous week ahead. Take care and be well, my darling.